It's the perspective of life that brings me back, and the wonders of nature. Morning, sunshine. Hello.
Can't believe I'm finally here. It's surreal being here.
You just look at these handsome dudes and you just know anything's possible. Looks like mass chaos, pretty much is.
55 and 45 degree curves in it.
You guys twins? Yeah, he's a big boy.
Oh, those are sweet.
Yeah! Why don't you put a round in?
What's this doing?
The things we see are temporary, that which we cannot see is eternal. This is a good place for pondering. Yeah, the bears are everywhere. Maybe don't want to wave the sticks in the air, they'll think we're a caribou.
Oh, okay.
Hey! He's got no watch and no gun. Best packer I've ever had. I think we'll kind of stand our ground now. Get out of here! Beer doesn't come till after the sheep hits the ground. Any 40 inchers up there? Needs his hands and his wit. In a tin of Copenhagen. Put on about 16 miles. Nothing to show for it. Just kind of chasing shadows, it seems. What did you say today was, Sugar? Yeah. Yep. That's the one we're after. I think this is one of the toughest guys I've ever guided. Kind of hoping we might get revenge on that bear. I'm pretty sure it's the same one. I promise it's safe, honey.
It's super safe.
Shoot again. Reload. You're out.
Once in a lifetime experience for a guy like me, at least. That's just, it's unbelievable.
Your feet can touch the bottom of your back.
How you doing this morning there, Sugar?
Do I recall, aren't we having sheep steak tonight? Cooking Rampart.
Between each line lives many stories. 365 days of sunshine and storms. Lush green pastures and frozen shale rock. Effortless hours of napping on a high perch, and fleeting moments of death-defying danger. As years pass, these annual growth rings stack up, brandishing a set of rugged but elegant horns. The color, the gouges, textures, and spacing of the annuli all reveal a majestic saga that not only memorializes each ram, but also exemplifies the species and the timeless wilderness in which Dall sheep thrive. I've trailed into the rocky peaks of Alaska's Brooks Range in search of this white ghost for more than 2 decades. What I love most is by chasing him, I'm forced to think like and become more like him. Hardy, resilient, observant, patient, and perseverant. There's a dogma, a romance, an undefinable glory to sheep hunting that many, myself included, are drawn to. But through the seasons, I've found my palate for the sport has changed. Amidst the myriad of peaks and valleys lies a certain magnetism in every hidden basin. Something draws me to uncover it. And strangely, the long, lonely days we don't find sheep only serve to intensify that pull. The sorer my body gets and the more empty my mind becomes, the more my spirit comes to life. I come to know myself, the people I'm with, and my motive for being there. I feel as though I'm part of nature, rather than one who's merely in it. I find that intoxicating. I revel in the simplicity and timelessness of the pursuit. I feel free, like a wolf or a grizzly bear on the hunt, unconsciously in tune with everything, living life from one moment to the next, ready to take on anything and change course at the slightest switch of the wind. After 3 days of snow and fog and rain, we finally got some sunshine. Whit flew out of here, and hopefully we'll have time to get moved into another camp, get rolling on round number 2. Grant Nesbit, family man from Indiana, coming in for sheep. I'm sure he'll have a caribou tag, and I know he's got drew a grizzly bear tag, which doesn't start until the 25th. So 19th today. So hopefully we'll get him in here. We're gonna have to relocate because we pretty well got this all hunted out. Caribou seem to maybe have dried up. I'm sure there's still a few around, but we beat her pretty hard. Just found that one legal ram. That was kind of the end of our journey, our loop that we were gonna make before we found that one. So I think we're gonna try to find some greener pastures. Well, plans change. It's one thing about this business is plans are always changing. You know, there's just so many variables, weather being the biggest, of course. But we were kind of planning on moving today, but with the weather kind of jamming things up the last couple of days, Matt got behind. So we're just gonna start out of here. And so I'm kind of thinking we'll probably head that away and do a 2 or 3 day loop and see if we can scratch anything out. Right now with snow, things are gonna change anyways. You know, sheep will be out moving around, hard to spot, but that's probably what we'll do. So Grant's hopefully gonna get in here tonight, and we'll just start from here and more or less just kind of make a game plan and start her fresh in the morning, go from there, one day at a time.
So now we're in base camp, and all the hunters are getting out into the field, and yeah, the time's ticking by, and I'm getting pretty anxious to get out in the field because I feel like I'm already like kind of losing a day, and I think they knew. They said, well, we can probably take you tomorrow. I said, I really like to get out there today. I think Matt wanted to wait and take me out the next day so he can move Billy and Sugar to a new location because they just hunted that area. And I was really pushing hard to get out there. I didn't want to sit around camp for another day and wait to go. So Matt had been flying all day, you know, just shuttling back and forth, and Emily had too. And so it was after 9 o'clock that they flew me out into the field.
Man's burning the midnight oil. A little overtime tonight. 9:45. She's cooling off, but Sugar's still in bare feet.
Cold.
Double tough, yeah. She's a little chilly. A new round begins.
Well, good evening, fellers.
Working overtime tonight.
That's right. Getting her done, though. The last run of the evening.
Good deal.
How you doing there?
Good, bud?
That beard ears ain't getting no smaller.
No?
A few more morsels trapped in it.
Every now and then.
Gentlemen,
Howdy, Grant.
good to see you.
Good to meet you.
Yeah, good to see you.
This is Sugar.
Sugar, I've heard Chuck Norris. I've heard all kind of names.
He's more like Chuck Norris than anything else. When you're least suspecting it, he'll throw a roundhouse kick. I don't know what that crazy sucker will do next. Cool, man. How you guys been making out?
Doing good.
All right.
Been sitting here waiting for you, so yeah. We're rested up.
Good deal, man. Cool. No, I ain't kidding you. I shut her off since 7 a.m. So
we figured that.
Stop.
Yeah.
but no, that's awesome.
No worries.
Like I say, hunt this for 2-3 days and tell me, go up in here. This snow is gonna push stuff around.
Yeah.
So go up there, give her hell for 2 or 3 days. You don't like what you're seeing, by then I'll move you. Okay.
Yep. So you say the flight in was pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, that flight was worth the price of coming here. I mean, that was just unbelievable. Gosh, it just can't believe it's surreal, really.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a beautiful camp, isn't it?
Yeah, this is awesome.
Look at that sunset. That's a thing of beauty. And we got a box of grub there. That looks pretty nice.
Oh, that's not the only thing we got.
Anytime food comes in a box, it's usually a good sign.
No, cheese will last some life.
Cheese?
Got 2 of these.
Oh, that's not cheese. That's sliced cheese substitute.
Well, we got 2.
2 of those? Oh, we got tomatoes.
Coffee.
Oh, pork. Oh, coffee.
Pork.
Oh, we got some good stuff.
Let's see. That's not all, gentlemen. I come from Indiana.
Bearing gifts.
There's our hot drink.
Oh, all right.
With a side tube of hydrocortisone.
Oh, well, thank you.
Great
Yeah,
request.
for a side. Thank
Yeah,
you.
so I had all the cheese and fault, and then the hotel, I helped myself to a few other apple ciders and hot chocolates. I was like,
Wise.
squeeze that.
He's
And then,
Resourceful, Sugar. I like it.
venison,
All right.
summer sausage, and some venison jerky.
Well, very good. Well, there's nothing stopping us now.
And a whole bunch of other stuff. So let's see. This also help yourself. Bunch of bars, tuna packets, protein powder.
Oh wow, tuna! You're pretty lean, man. You don't?
I've lost about 20 pounds since I booked this hunt.
Huh?
That's been like 2.5 years. So I just gradually,
Dang, you look real lean. How much you weigh?
like 156. I weighed that. I mean, I wrestled 52 in high school, and that's been 25 years ago.
Oh wow, so you're
I was
right.
usually around 75, 78, and then, I ruck the, I put a salt bag in the, do like 4 miles every morning, and the weight kind of comes
I
off.
think you need to be ready to go.
Well,
How old are you?
46.
Okay, I figured you were mid-40s. Very good.
Yep.
Well, we'll get you tucked in, and we'll hit her bright and early tomorrow.
Yeah.
Peanut butter is not community, is it, Sugar?
No.
It's mine.
I think she's got a couple of them.
Looks like mass chaos pretty much is. Well, you think there's going to be many dull moments for the next 10 days, Sugar?
Probably not.
Uh,
You can probably leave it up for me.
This cat's pretty, I told Sugar before he got here, I said, I think this guy's pretty high energy, and I think we're pretty well spot on.
I'm excited to be here.
Can I see a picture of that, your spine again?
Oh.
This is like, Sugar, you gotta check this out.
I could hear you.
Oh, you gotta see.
Here last night. You're like, whoa.
That is, I had like an x-ray, I was showing him some pictures and I had an x-ray of mine. That's crazy, so that's scoliosis.
Mm-hmm. Whoa. A 55 and 45 degree curves in it.
Dang, and so the key to breaking through that is just keep on going, huh?
Yeah, I mean, just you got to keep moving. I had spinal fusion in '06 to fuse some vertebrae together, and I have it's kind of pinching a nerve. It's been my problem for like the last 2 years, but just keep moving. You know, that's, you know, I carry, you know, leading up to this trip, I bought the backpack 2 years ago, and I put a bag of salt, 40-pound bag of salt in it, and I walk every morning, a few miles, walk the dog, and, you know, just don't let it slow you down.
Okay, one other question. How's a guy get a gorilla teeth like yours? Are those real?
This one's not. Knocked that one out of the bike, but yeah, the rest are all real.
What do you, like, what do you use, like acid to brush those things, or what?
I'm kind of anal about brushing my teeth. Like, I brush them 4 or 5 times a day. First, after every meal, I go brush my teeth.
Yeah.
Although last night I didn't brush at all, and I'd already gotten in bed. I was like, nah, I'm not getting up again.
Your conscience wasn't that guilty?
No.
Yeah, you need sunglasses, man. You're glowing.
Yeah.
You got a dynamite smile. Yeah, all right. Well, it's gonna look good for pictures. I think we're gonna head that way. And do a big loop, kind of touch some new country, do a big loop all the way around and end up back here. That's kind of the plan. So we're gonna have caribou for breakfast. Bring a little burger along with us for the first night, and get the show on the road. You ready?
Oh, I'm fired up. Yeah. I've been ready for years. Can't believe I'm finally here. It's surreal being here.
Yeah. When did we met in Indianapolis? That was probably 10 years ago.
Oh, longer than that. Because that was before I came up and I did the mooses. That was, it had to be, I'd say around 2007, maybe, I mean, ballpark. I'd say between 2005 and 2008.
Want a warmer on your coffee?
Yeah, please.
You guys twins? Forrest Gump.
A week or two. We'll see after 10 days.
Well, hopefully dry weather holds.
That'd be great.
And we come back here with a ram. Well, you ready for this, Grant?
Oh, I'm excited.
You've been waiting a while for it.
Long time.
In my opinion, the best value in Alaska hunting today is brown bear and grizzly bear. I believe they're the pinnacle in North American big game hunting, and bear populations are very strong across the state. Success is high, the bears are big, and the adventure is all you can eat. Moose, sheep, caribou, and mountain goat are also available. So shoot us an email today and make your dream hunt a reality. You got those legs a pumping.
Oh, this is
I do have a few inches on you on stride, don't I?
I think my pace is faster than yours, yet I still.
Well, it's gotta be, yeah, yeah. I get that. Then usually guys with shorter legs kind of make up some of the time when we're climbing, you know. But yeah, on straightaways, long legs are definitely advantageous. So we're cruising along. No sheeps, no bears, no caribous, no nothing. We got about 2 more miles to where we're gonna set our abode for the evening. Then we're probably gonna, kind of plan is to hike up in there, spend a day up in there, go to the top of that rocky peak up there.
Okay.
There's usually a good ram hangout. No, we're not going to the top of that thing.
I trust the guide.
Yeah, boy. Most of the time. So we'll spend a day up there, and then we'll probably head up that canyon right there and loop around back to the airstrip. We got good weather. It's cool. Probably 50 degrees. A little bit of sunshine would be nice. See the tracks in the snow, but we're moving pretty slow, just stopping every half hour or so. Last for 20 minutes. And now we'll probably take a pretty good pull and try to just get to camp, get her set up, glass from there, see what this weather is gonna do. Feeling a little damp to me, but we shall see. Yesterday afternoon, We were waiting for Grant to come in. He's reading the Paul's second epistle to the Corinthians. I think it was about chapter 5 or 6 maybe. And man, a verse I can't believe it never caught my eye before, but it really just hit me hard, was that the things of this world are temporary. The things that we can see are temporary. That which we cannot see is eternal. It's like, man, you know, and that's the one thing that you really realize out here is that time, God's time and man's time are completely different things. The world tells us that we are to live for the now. You know, it's all about this moment, short term, at a bare minimum. That's why we all have credit card debt, and well, not all of us, but you know, it's so prevalent, is that people are always just living for the day. They're not thinking about tomorrow. And Satan wants us there, thinking about ourselves and thinking about ourselves right now. If he can get us doing that, we will be of no value for anything long-standing, much less eternity. When you look at nature, everything in nature operates 100% of the time without thinking, mind you, just automatically for eternal purposes. Yes, they're hungry now and they eat now, but ultimately it'll serve them. You know, the animals are hungry now, they'll eat, but ultimately that serves them for their eternal well-being. And that's what makes it all work. Everything in nature is working together and is designed to survive for long periods of time. Perhaps I'm sure had sin not entered the world, it would have lasted for eternity. But man, that just really something that I've been pondering. The things we see are temporary, that which we cannot see is eternal. This is a good place for pondering. So if we're worried, concerned, or afraid for ourselves, the short term is all we can really think about, you know, and that's all generally instinctively we will think about. And the world is filled with cares, fears, and anxieties these days. And to come out here and step away from that, man, it's so liberating. And you know, had I not done this, I would have never recognized that. I would have never recognized how much fear and anxiety and worry and cares of the world run my life and affect how I live. Yeah, that's why I want to keep coming out here as long as I can. That's the perspective of life that brings me back, and the wonders of nature. Yeah, a lot of things, but those are probably right at the top of the list. We're gonna glass this canyon. This is canyon's where we want to go, so we want to check out all the country around it. You ain't sheep hunting until you got wet feet.
That's right.
When's the last time you remember your feet being dry?
I don't know, a couple days ago.
Yeah, but do you actually like remember specifically, oh boy, my feet were dry that day?
No, you never really think about it.
Yeah. They're wet and cold. See, you were telling me about that story where your feet were cold? You remember that, right?
Uh-huh.
You want a trip you're gonna remember or a trip you're gonna forget? It's your choice. You get all the stuff you need, you're gonna be way too comfortable.
Depends how it goes.
Yeah, you'll remember the things that were contrary. Always, this law of nature. So when it's snowing, hunting becomes, sheep hunting particularly, becomes a lot slower of a process. So we're just gonna hike down this main trail here and glass some of these canyons. About 4 o'clock in the afternoon now, so sheep will probably be getting up and feeding. And then our plan is to get up bright and early tomorrow morning and hit her hard. That one's been here for a little while. Yeah, that one's old. We got a grizzly bear in here about 200-300 yards away.
It's 5 days too early.
Yeah, he's pretty good sized. Not sure if this is another bear or same one, but another nice bear. 300 yards away. Could be the same bear, but he had to make a pretty big loop and loop downwind of us. What do you think, Sugar? Same bear, different bear?
You know, I think there's a possibility of both.
Very good political
Oh, he kind of looks the same as the others.
Yeah, but they seem like they're the same size and about 600-700 yards apart. I hope we see one like him in 5 days.
Oh man.
Yeah, he's definitely got an old saddleback, don't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's a big boy. He probably pushing 8 foot there. Definitely 2 big bears in here. I don't know if you can see them, but yeah, 2 bruisers.
They need to be here 5 days from now.
That's one out right there. And we need to be here 5 days from now.
Right.
No sheep, but 2 giant grizzlies. You guys are the same weight class, so you wrestle first. I'll film it.
Same height class for sure.
Same height class. Sounded
I'm
like you
up
weighed a
for it.
lot less than me.
Well, pick one. We're just gonna stand here and stare at each other.
Here,
Boy, they're all so tantalizing. Sugar, you pick. He never picks.
yeah. Pick one out.
Who cares?
$7 a.m. Day 2. Pretty well raining all morning. Fog's kind of lifting. Feels like it's gonna dry up. Up and away. We've been going in a lot of wet, mucky, boggy stuff. It sure is nice when you come to a caribou trail and this stuff. Packed down for centuries. Good firm going, make about double the time, about half the effort. Where's all the sheep at, Grant?
We'll find them. We'll find them. Look how easily you find them bears.
Yeah, the bears are everywhere. And Not as big as the two we saw yesterday, but
Gentlemen, I mentioned what a good time I'm having.
that's good.
Despite not seeing any sheep, I'm having a great time.
What about you, Sugar? You having a good time?
Holy, someone just scared him there.
Oh, you know, this is pretty decent.
He looked behind him.
Yeah, I see that. Probably a big 40-inch ram coming through the brush. You're gonna think bear hunting is a piece of cake.
Just checking to make sure the rifle's ready.
Yeah. He's about 200 yards away in these willows. We're just trying to get past him and go look for sheep. Yeah, he sees us now.
That melon on him.
Get out of here! Get out of here! Fat sucker, isn't he?
I said, when we were looking at spotting, he has a belly on him. He might have finally gotten our wind.
I don't think he got our wind. I think he just saw our outline and
Run it down towards Sugar.
that's good. We got him out of here. Back to sheep hunting. Yeah, you're gonna think this bear hunting is that easy.
I know, this is just, well, I had said before, like, my buddies, I was like, well, you know what's gonna happen is, we'll see a bunch of grizz that first half of the hunt, then we won't see anything.
Yeah.
And so far, at least half of that prediction is true.
Yeah, day and a half into it, and basically been within shooting distance of 3 darn good bears. Not even a mile from where we chased off the last one. Here's a sow with at least 1 cub. We're heading up that way. We're gonna scoot up here, get on this high bench, and glass a little bit. Maybe they'll see us and booger off, or winds from them to us, so they probably won't smell us.
Just the blonde with the colored forearms and muzzle.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, I have to see them side by side. I kind of think she looks a little more mature, that blonde one, so I don't know if that's the sow, if there are a couple of kick-out cubs.
Oh, those are sweet.
Don't be a fool. Get out of here! Get! Are they gonna run from us or come to eat us? They're young bears, so hopefully they'll be scared. Pretty sure there are a couple of kickouts. So kickout is like a 3 or 2.5-year-old cubs that just got kicked away from their mother. A lot of times they'll run together for the first year, half year. Yeah, I ain't too worried.
Makes it fun.
Yeah, keeps it interesting. Saw with a young cub in here somewhere. We know where the bears are. There's no shortage of bears anywhere in this country. The sheep, on the other hand, different story. We got our fourth bear up on the hillside. Shaggy blonde thing. Not a real big bear. Just saw their tracks in the river a couple minutes ago. First year cub, tiny little thing. I think this is one of the toughest guys I've ever guided. So this is not a spot that we normally hunt, but about a week ago, a guy caribou hunting in here spotted 3 rams and figured one was legal, and so we figured we'd give it a whirl. Now we're just kind of chasing shadows, it seems. So we got good weather, so the plan is, Matt said, yeah, I can move you guys. So I think that's what we're going with. Get into some fresh territory.
Right.
Get out of here. Hey! Hey! You!
Hey!
Hey, bear!
Hey, bear!
Get out of here, bear! Hey! I'll get right beside you. Hey! Woo! Hey! Where's the other one? Oh, there's the other one. Hey! Woo! Hey!
It's not interesting.
Woo!
Yo! Yo!
Woo!
Woo! There! There!
Yeah! Hey! Maybe don't want to wave the sticks in the air, they'll think we're a caribou.
Oh, okay.
Hey!
Oh.
Yeah, sap sucker. Get out of here! Yeah. Get out of here. Gotta pull this, right?
Pull the gray just.
Here, go ahead and pull it, I got your rifle. Oh, they're just still digging. Get out of here!
Should we go up around that way?
I think we'll kind of stand our ground now. Get out of here! Why don't you put a round
That's
in?
what I was just doing.
Put an extra one in. Get out of here! Hey! Get! There we
That
go.
did it.
The one was running before that, but yeah, I think your gun too. That's a good lesson. Yeah, those are 2 kickouts. The blonde one, I actually saw penis on it, so I think it is a little bit bigger. Yeah, it's definitely got a bigger hind end than the other one. Yeah, this drainage is littered with bears. If we wouldn't need a bear, I think we'd come back in here. Sugar's on his way.
See him?
Yep. He's got about a half hour.
Pretty good lengths right now. Watch.
Yeah. He's got no watch and no gun. Best packer I've ever had. We're coming up with all the songs that have sugar in it. Pour Some Sugar on Me by Def Leppard. And dun 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 dun. Oh, sugar, sugar. Yeah. Yeah, we got lots of time on our hands. I've been doing this 24 years and I don't think I've ever had a pilot be early, much less twice in the same season. Dang. Matt's already there. He already had time, he went for a hike. He maybe didn't get my message.
Maybe you didn't get your 30 minutes.
Yeah, I must not have. That's service. I think he's spoiling us. Probably brought us a whole case of beer too. Beer doesn't come till after the sheep hits the ground. While some rams, particularly old ones, prefer to live alone, most tend to live in bachelor groups. I've seen bands over 20 head, but 2 to 8 is the norm. The oldest ram is typically the leader. The others recognize his ability to locate food, evade predators, and adapt to changing conditions, and thus submit to his authority. That said, you can bet the old ram values the security in numbers and trusts the others to detect danger, or he wouldn't keep their company. A band of rams acts as a unit. They rely on each other. The world of professional hunting operates much like a band of rams. The outfitter, being the lead ram, he calls the shots. But the good ones are quick to listen to the pilots in the air, the guides in the field, and certainly the cook manning the stove. But a packer, as I learned in my early years, he's kind of like a yearling ram. It's generally wise that he keeps his opinions to himself. Matt and I both wanted to start this hunt in fresh country. But with limited daylight and a gung-ho newbie hunter chomping at the bit to get into the field, it made political sense to defer to the client's wishes and take a Hail Mary shot in some fringe country. In our conversations through 20 miles of empty canyons, Grant understood our reasoning. He trusted in our experience and commitment to his success. Those 2 days weren't at all wasted. They served to bond us together. We were primed and eager to relocate and delve into new mountains.
Yeah, I'm sure I've probably pushed too hard from time to time, and that's been to my detriment. If you don't take any risk, what's life? You have to take risk. I probably should ask some more questions rather than just be so hard driving and just said, hey, explain to me what your thought process is. And that's, communication is always one of those good things. I tell my kids, hey, make sure you communicate, make sure you understand why the other person's wanting to do what they're wanting to do, because you may learn something when you talk to them, particularly somebody that knows what they're doing.
You just look at these handsome dudes and you just know anything's possible. Morning of what, day 3?
Day 3.
Rained all night last night. Sitting here having coffee. Sugar spots 2 young rams right there. Not very often you see them in spots like that. It's an omen, fellas. They're gonna come right to us.
They're just standing. Just all styled up.
415 yards. Just need to be six inches longer. You ever heard that before, Grant?
Kind of jokes there.
Yeah, perhaps the most beautiful place, or at least strikingly beautiful place that I've seen so far this fall. Right here. I was telling these guys last time I was up here like 6 years ago, we saw a young ram working in those spires. It was pretty cool. But other than the 2 young rams we saw right from camp, nothing yet. Lots of old trails and stuff in here though. I think we're gonna go up here. Grant and I will go right. Sugar will maybe poke up to the left, divide and conquer a little bit. Beautiful day.
Having the time of my life.
Feeling the burn?
Feeling the burn, but it's worth it for this view.
You ain't even breathing hard.
It's tough on my wife, God love her. She's the one that motivated me to do this and encouraged me to do it. But I want my kids to see you should follow your passion.
You know, if you're passionate about something, you want to do it, go do it. You know, just life's full of excuses and the time, money, you know, whatever it is, but go follow your passion. And, you know, you only get to do this once. Make the most of it. So, you know, go do that sheep hunt. You know, go do whatever that is you want to do. And, you know, I hope that they look back and they'll remember that time when Dad went to Alaska for 2 weeks. And hopefully he comes back and there's like a trophy on the wall or, you know, a video to watch, and they'll know that, you know, he pursued his dreams in life and didn't stop pursuing just because marriage, kids, career, you know, you know, those excuses that 90% of people give themselves, you got to go out and keep pursuing your dreams, you know, no matter what your age is, just keep going after them. That's my thought on it.
Yeah, and it's also an example of love and selflessness on your wife's part. You know, you said your wife's the one that kind of pushed you to actually push you over the hill.
You're laying in bed, I was watching, you know, one of your DVDs on a laptop, and she said, why don't you go do that, Huck? And I was like, you know what this thing costs? You know, do you know how much time you'll be gone? And she's like, well, you know, if you don't do it now, when are you going to do it? I was like, I don't know, when I retire. And she's like, you know, like, yeah, if your body will let you. And I remember I mentioned it to my dad, and he had the same message, like, yeah, go do it. You know, you need any help, you know, we'll help you. And but God love my wife, because she pushed me to go do it, and she hugged me at the airport. And, you know, I was a little teary-eyed leaving the kids, and she hugged me and said, don't worry about us, go have fun, just enjoy it. This is, you know, you're getting to do what you want to do. Don't worry about us, go enjoy it. You know, this, don't even think about it, you know, just go have fun. You know, this is what you've been working so hard for. You know, she's seen me for 2 years, you know, hiking with a backpack on my back every morning, and I'm getting up at 4:35 in the morning, got a 40-pound backpack, and I'm walking around the neighborhood, you know, and I'm putting in the miles trying to get ready so I could really enjoy it. And God love my wife, and she's the best, because she's, you know, she saw it as my dream and my passion, and she encouraged me to do it. You know, she's home with the kids now, and hopefully everything's going well. So.
Yeah, beautiful. And that's what you're looking for in a spouse.
Oh.
You know, I mean, and that's what that's the way we're designed. That's what the Bible says, that the man is supposed to be the head of the wife, just as he is the head of the church. You're supposed to lay your life down for one another, and that's, I mean, that's what love is. You know, to sacrifice for one another.
Yeah, and I do anything for her, and I know she'd do anything for me. And obviously, we do anything for the kids, and yeah, I mean, that's. Yeah, we're fortunate, you know, she's never tried to change who I am. I don't try to change who she is. We're very confident in who we are. And, you know, before we got married, and then, you know, with that, now we're raising kids. And
why on earth would she ever want to change you, Grant?
That's exactly what I said. That's exactly what I said. Yeah. Yeah, and I think about her a lot during this trip. I mean, a lot of time is solitude, and you're just looking at this, just God's grandeur. And, boy, it really whittles down those most important things in life. You know, I'm just thinking about my family constantly. You don't think about all those stressors in life when you get here. You're inaccessible, and nothing just to think about. Just you think about the important things in life. I don't know what it is about being up here. I guess just that solitude, but then just, you know, the scenery. You know, you're close to God. There's no doubt about it. And it makes you really grateful for what you have.
And your boots are wet. You think about every step. You can thank your guide for that later. You got a broken hand.
Hand's probably broken, stress fracture. Just using one walking stick now.
Your feet are taped up. You know, there's a degree.
Hands are taped up.
Degree of pain and burn, and you know, every step as you're climbing the mountain, and it reduces you to who you are, and that's a beautiful thing. We live in such a society of comfort and want it now, and like you said, you want to come in here, shut everything off, and you want to work for it. You said you wanted to sweat, you wanted to feel the pain, and
I mean, that's the reward of it. Yeah, like you said, it's such a comfort. I mean, you go to the gym and it has to be 70 degrees, you know, like you're going to get a workout. Yeah, I mean, like, and here, boy, it's not. I mean, you're either freezing or you're hot. there's, you know, I'm sweating.
Sometimes both.
Yeah, I was thinking, we got up this hill. I'm drenched in sweat, and yet it's still really chilly. You know, so it's, yeah, that's what I wanted. I wanted that challenge, mentally and physically, of a sheep hunt, and I wanted to be up here, running around these mountains. You know, it's a place not many people get to see in their life. I mean, not many places untouched like this. We will not see any other people, presumably, you know, for at least 10 days. You know, just us. It's pretty cool.
Well, let's hope we relocate Sugar. We sent him packing up that valley. So we're gonna go down and reconnect with him and head on back.
Sugar.
Sunbathing. Just make him think, make him nervous. Any 40 inchers up there? What's up? Oh, that's good. Nah, nothing, no fresh sign at all.
Where there's lambs and ewes, there shall be rams. It's an old Alaskan Inuit saying.
A little snow squall up there, it looks like. Never saw him stick his nose in the air, but he acted like he got our wind.
Wind's going this way. I can't see it.
Well, it was kind of coming out this way, and now it's kind of, yeah, he's in a hurry to go somewhere. Always nice to round the bend and see your shelter still standing. It was kind of windy there mid-afternoon. Bear was busy there. Pretty good haul today. Figure we put on about 16 miles, or will have. Nothing to show for it. She is a fine evening here at camp number 3. What do we got here? Camping spot, spike camp number, well, camp number 4.
Nice and spongy. I like this.
Yeah. Day 4, camp number 4. Fog settling in, rain starting. We're gonna hunker out of the weather and hope it lifts tomorrow. Morning, day 5. Fog is just clearing, and we're gonna tear up the mountain.
So on day 5, we wake up and at 4 o'clock and it's really foggy. Okay, let's sleep a little bit more. Well, then at 5, we looked out again and the fog's breaking. And Billy says, hey, are you okay with no coffee? We need to get moving before the thermal switch. We need to start working our way up this mountain. So yeah, certainly. Yeah, let's go. I mean, I'm ready to go. Let's go find some sheep. And so we're going through, we see tons of caribou and we're working our way up this drainage. And it's really, really wet, alders and brush, and we're getting pretty well wet everywhere. We're going over quite a few streams, you know, boots are full of water, and we're going and going and going. and Billy happens to look up and sees rams.
Just saw 2 sheep. I think they were rams. They're kind of right in that. There's a little bowl there. It's kind of hidden. They're poked out. They're moving left. I don't think they saw us or spooked if they did. They shouldn't have winded us. I'm just gonna sit here for a few minutes. See if they peek back over.
You're an old pro.
Wet boots.
I don't know how conservative we're gonna play this, but just saw those 2 sheep. Again, pretty sure they were rams. I think we might just cut right up there. We waited about 15 minutes. It'll take us probably 45 minutes to get up there, so hopefully they'll be moved along then. See what the wind's doing as we go. This is tough going. Big rocks underneath all this brush. Can't really tell what you're stepping on. Of course, side hilling is always not fun.
And so we start working our way up, and it is pretty vertical, loose rock, big rocks. At one point we're spread apart because we're kind of side hilling up on the side of this mountain, and these rocks are like the size of cars, and they don't seem real stable. And you're just thinking, when we get some weight on these things may roll on us. I mean, it seemed pretty dicey. I'm sure at the moment I felt pretty miserable, but your adrenaline's going so much because you at least know there's some sheep up there. And we don't know if they're legal or not, but we're going after them.
Old sheep's got. We're right up where they were. That's where we spotted them from. We ran around that backside. They were headed that way. So we're gonna wrap around. So our plan's to go up this cut. Get up above where we saw those sheep. Again, 90% sure they were rams. Run the ridge and check out that country.
We get to the top of the mountain where we think, okay, now we really need to be careful because these rams could be anywhere up here. And so now we're really in a stalk mode, quiet, slow, making sure the wind's at our face, work our way around the mountain. Eventually we, after several times, you keep peeking, thinking you're gonna see something, and that goes on for quite a while. Eventually we get to where there's a pretty good bowl, and it's a green, it's grassy, like this is gonna be a good feeding area. And so then we're going really, really slow, just really methodically going across. We see rams, and my heart's going. I'm fired up now because now I'm within shooting range of rams. Now we just need to find a legal one. So we're glassing. Billy's getting his spotter out. We're looking, and he said, "I 3 sub-legal," and I'm like, ugh. And we just worked really hard. My knees killing, my hands killing me. I'm sweating and cold at the same time. And we just done this 4-hour climb straight up the side of this mountain, risking life and limb. And like 3 sub-legal, I mean, it was pretty deflating. And then I can just tell by Billy's body language that he's seeing something else. Because I see him really adjusting that spotter. And I'm, okay, what's going on? And I'm, maybe 10 yards away, if that, maybe 5 yards away. And I'm watching him, but I'm staying low because I don't want to be seen by the other rams. And I'll never forget it. Billy looks over and gives me a thumbs up. And then I knew it's game on.
That's the one we're after. Looks like he's at least 10. See how he's broken off?
Yeah.
I haven't seen the other side yet. He's been looking that way the whole time.
This joint is good.
Yeah. There might be another one in there, but he's definitely legal.
Oh, he's turning a little bit.
Okay.
We get a tough shot without wings faced.
Is he looking at us?
He's looking straight at us.
He'll probably Does it help?
If he stands up in great shape. Okay. I just can't. Right now, his horns are kind of blocking his vitals. Or if he turns his head. Okay, he's going to turn around.
Take him right in the chest. Reload, tipped him. Stay on him.
I'm on him. He's bleeding out the mouth. He's done.
How many more we got there? Five of them. That other one's a good one. We'll have to see what he is. But yeah, he's old. Whatever you got.
Nice job, bud.
Thanks, man. I'm on safety. I'll take the ball out of the chamber.
Wow, fuck, there's still 4 more. Keep going.
5 more. 5. Yeah.
Not the only legal one.
I don't know. I didn't see that last one, but this one was old. I think he's at least 10 years old. He's double broomed, and I figure, well, that's good as any.
That's awesome.
Boy, they are boogieing. Whew. Look at them going. Even they're having a hard time through that hard rock.
Gosh.
My gosh, look at them wiping out. Holy crap.
I could see it
That
right
was-
before you shot. I stood up enough to see you. I couldn't see that one.
Oh, okay. You saw some of the other ones over there.
I could see him looking up after he shot. I stood up and looked.
Oh, that was that climb. I'm glad there's a legal one up here.
I was
Glad
too.
I hit him. I did not want to do that climb again. That was about the hardest physical thing I think I've ever done.
That one said, screw this. I'm going around.
Yeah, they are boogieing.
You'd only saw a couple the first time, right?
I saw 4. None of them were close to legal. Yeah, I only saw 2. Yeah, and I was sure one was a ram. There was a couple little dinks there.
That
Yeah.
went pretty good, eh?
Yeah,
Tripod and the leg brace.
yeah, that worked. That helped. Yeah,
Oh,
anytime you can lock your elbow on anything. About 220.
I thought I see you say it.
We a lot of videos, you're always like, wait till it goes broadside. Then you said, take him in the chest. Okay, boom.
Yeah.
Oh, now you did?
Yeah,
Well, he could see us.
he
Yeah.
was looking at us, and I was waiting for him to turn his head. I couldn't. The way he was sitting, his head was blocking his horns were blocking his vitals.
Were they
And I was like,
laying
oh.
down?
They were all laying. Yeah.
That's what I thought.
I did. Yeah. I hate when you got a big bunch like that, because you kind of got to take your shot before they bunch together. You know, if they start getting nervous, then they all bunch together. Then it can be not good.
Here come the shakes.
Another one right in the bottom.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, that was a hump, man. I was like, oh yeah, we can cover this, get up to the head of this thing, and like, it's only 5 miles, but that was such slow going, man. Holy smokes.
When after we saw the sheep, I think I hadn't checked in today, and I think it was 7:11. It's right at 11 o'clock right now. So that was 4 hours of straight climbing up.
Yeah, well, we left the camp at before 6.
I know you said it was 7:10 when I asked you.
Yeah,
Man.
yeah. And so, I mean, it's 11, so we kind of found these rams, 15 minutes ago, so we've basically been going over 4.5 hours straight.
And I have wet feet. The water is still sloshing in my boots from, 6 o'clock, 5:30, 6 o'clock. Oh, man. Whew. I mean, I'm shaking.
Good
That was
deal,
awesome.
nice shot.
Thanks. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was debating whether we should just wait a while or, yeah, wait them out, but I don't know. I just don't like doing that. And I remember you telling me about the thing that you have when you get cold, and I'm like, we better just make it happen.
Yeah.
I wondered about that too.
What you say, your finger, what do they call it? Your fingers and toes?
Phenomena. Yeah, the fingers
They lock
and toes
up.
just lock up. Yeah, an adrenaline surge combined with cold, they'll lock up.
Yeah.
So,
I figured he's out there in the open, nice and alone. Let's make it happen. And it worked. Nice shot. Well, should we go check him out? Yeah. All right, so chamber's clear.
yep, chamber is clear. I'll take
And for
that.
keychain.
And you give me my glove back.
Yep. Awesome, man. Congrats.
Holy cow. That is perfect.
He's a beautiful old ram.
Wow.
That bugger's really old. I don't know what he is. Got to be 11 or 12.
Look at that.
Perfect shot.
There it is.
Wow.
He's definitely heavy.
Looks like he's still got some teeth on him though.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, okay, there's where he was standing. That's it probably blew right through him and he just
Yep. Well, right there's his bed. Right there's where you shot him. You can see the hair.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, he just tipped over and rolled a couple times. Yeah, that was a quick death.
Yeah, well, that's what you want.
Yep.
These are out of the ravages of old age when I caught up with
That's right.
Grant and I are experiencing those ourselves.
They're like 5 years older.
That dude's seen some hard miles though in his life.
Yeah, look at, I mean, he is broomed up.
No, I'm talking to you. You're kind of broomed up. That's kind of the perfect ram for you.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey, what you're saying, all those 20-year-old injuries are all coming back? Haven't thought of them since?
30-year-old injuries. I put my body through a ringer when I was young, and now I'm paying for it in the Brooks Range. Oh, what a beauty. I look like that Roman nose on him, and,
Yeah.
and just the heavy horns are all broomed up. That's perfect. I love it. No, that's going to be great. I can't wait to tell the family about it and have them up on the wall to tell the grandkids about it someday. That's awesome.
Well, this will work out pretty good. So tomorrow bear season opens. So yeah, we can just kind of focus on bear season, and yeah, that'd be great.
Sheep steaks tonight. We're gonna eat good. Bears tomorrow.
And so what was it about sheep hunting that appealed to you? What did you want? What were you looking for?
I was looking for a challenge. You know, getting up in years that you want to have a good challenge, a good physical challenge, a good mental challenge. I knew that sheep hunting was going to do it, and today did it for sure. Because climbing that mountain for 4 or 5 hours, whatever. I mean, we got shot out of a cannon as soon as that fog lifted. At 5 a.m. and we shot him at 11, and it was pretty well busting it, straight uphill over those boulder fields. I was glad I checked my will before I left home a couple times when I was going up that side of that mountain, because it was a little dicey, and lungs burning and all those old injuries or knees and stuff are feeling it, and starting to question my sanity, but all worthwhile now because everything came together.
There's a lot of country here, isn't there?
It's huge country.
It's huge.
Huge.
Yeah. They're not in every drainage. I mean, it's yeah. There's a lot of country where these things can be. Yeah.
Yeah, we put on a lot of miles. 2 days ago, we thought it was like a 16-mile day. I mean, we put on a lot of miles. So I feel like we earned it, and that was a lot of fun. I appreciate my wife encouraging me to go and hailing the kids and everything back at home, because she really helped me live my dream here, and so a lot of credit to her, and a lot of credit all around, so.
It'd be easy for you to just not do something like this, and the fact that you did it, I mean, you obviously have a lot of discipline and determination and willpower, to push yourself, not only physically, but mentally. You've got to be very, very strong, and I have no doubt that the health complications that you've lived with have made you stronger. They've made you who you are. I mean, you have every excuse in the book not to be here. Yeah. And you didn't let it stop you. Well,
it's very kind. It's kind words. I appreciate that. But yeah, I suppose I'm probably just stubborn. And that's the approach you have to take with those injuries, and that condition I have is just, I'm not going to let that slow me down, and I think it's probably more of a stubborn or obstinate thing of I'm going to push back, and I'm going to live my life, and I'm going to do those, live out my dreams, and this is one of them. I wanted to come to Alaska and do a sheep hunt, and got to do it. And I said before, it would have been a successful hunt just to come do it and be out here. But, you know, obviously to harvest an animal, you know, is icing on the cake. You know, that is, you know, that makes it all much better.
Yeah, and scoliosis is what we're talking about, just your spine, yeah, so everybody knows. So yeah. Nope. So yeah, it's inspiring to me to hunt with you, and it's been our pleasure. And Sugar's coming back up the hill, so we'll put him to work and get him busy. Anything else you want to add?
No, again, I appreciate everybody. Made
Congrats,
it possible.
man. Nice shooting. I like it.
Thanks.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be at least 10. The old bugger. Nice sheep.
We get the animal all butchered out, and that's made pretty quick order of that. And of course, I want to carry the horns down the mountain with me. Yeah, that's always been a dream, to have the ram horns on the top of my backpack. We knew we were all meeting up at the bottom. We all kind of went our separate way. And I remember I recorded a little thing just for myself, just to memorialize the moment. And I was smiling ear to ear. I was just so happy. All that struggle up the mountain, totally forgot about that. You know, it's now just pure elation coming down the mountain, and just couldn't have been happier.
Oh, I feel very grateful. It's been a challenge. I've been feeling pretty good. Some days, like, really good. The last couple days, you know, we've been spiked out, and you know, that base camp, I got this foam roller that I can roll my back, and I can pop it, you know, once in a while. It kind of gets out. It really helps. I haven't had that. And yeah, today we were getting down right before we started the sheep. I kind of twisted my back a little bit. I could feel a pop, and I got a couple pops one way, and I twisted the other, and I didn't get a pop, but I could feel the muscles spasm a little bit. I pushed it a little too hard. I'm just feel the Lord kind of blessed me there, because that baby could have went out. But I guess my point is, I just noticed that you know, just being in pain, like Grant understands, you know, I mean, he definitely understands. You know, I'm just kind of not myself, you know, I'm not as jovial here. Just the last couple of days have been, low back's been pretty tight. And actually packing this pack out, I got probably cape and 20 pounds of meat. Sugar's got bulk of the meat. Grant's got the horns. But you know, up till now here, last several years, you know, I've always gotten by pretty well. You know, I'd get up here and I'd get to moving around, I'd feel pretty good, but I feel like I've learned a lot from Grant, that it just takes discipline and drive and perseverance. You just got to work through it, and I've got to conquer my injuries. Basically, I've got to get that to where I'm strong and I can come up here and function for a full season. You know, as a guide, I owe that to my clients. I mean, I'm able to get the job done and making the climbs and stuff, but I'm at a level of discomfort where, you know, I'm not really myself, my old self anyway. 24 years of doing this is taking its toll. Paul talks about having a thorn in the flesh, and I don't know, there's like a certain order of things, but he said, consider it all joy in your trials and tribulations, because that produces perseverance and character and ultimately hope. But yeah, I'm in discipline. I've got to re-up my discipline. When I'm at home, I can control my environment, and you know, and I can get by pretty good. But up here, there's no control in your environment. Lord willing, I'll make it through this season, and you know, I'll have work to do in the off season, no doubt about that. So, time to strap this baby on, head down the hill. A ram isn't fast, but he's sure-footed. So when danger's detected, he's wired to go up into the crags and loose rock to escape. But not every situation is the same. At some point, every old ram finds himself in a predicament where he's got to act against that initial instinct and go down, exposing himself temporarily, but ultimately getting to an escape route that leads to his long-term security. This intuition requires experience, courage, and faith. And it's a scenario every person faces in life. Ideally, as a hunter works up a drainage, there's a low, gradual saddle, allowing easy passage into fresh country. But oftentimes the mountains get steeper, and the terrain closes in. Occasionally you can navigate through the rocks and cliffs, but sometimes you get bluffed out, and it's too dangerous to continue. You're left with no choice but to turn around, go back to camp, rest, refuel, and regroup. In 25 years of guiding, I've never pulled myself out of a hunt. I always kept grinding, as they say. But on this hunt, I was like a Dall sheep with a grizzly in the rocks above me. I wanted to keep doing what had worked for me for so long. But deep down, I knew I needed to make changes in my life. God was calling me down the mountain, but I was too proud and too scared to listen. Just as Matt agreed to fly Grant into hunted out country, God was allowing me to have my way. Until I yielded to Him, fresh country and new adventures would have to wait. Busted out into the main valley. Camp's down there about a mile or so. I think we're gonna make her. Made it look pretty darn easy.
We got back to camp and Matt flew in, delivered us cold beers and fresh blueberry muffins, which Billy and I are too tired to even drink that. We got 2 beers apiece and we each drank one. I don't know if I finished mine. Billy may not have finished his, but we couldn't finish. Now, Sugar took up the slack and drank ours for us. It was a great moment. Just everyone's happy around camp, but we were all pretty beat. We had some freeze-dried meals and went straight to bed because we were all pretty pooped. It was a long day, but a fun day.
A toast to Matt Thoft. Here, here. Let's see if this teepee can stand. Oh, he missed it by a long ways. Well, that was pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So those boots are a little wet, huh?
Gosh. Yeah.
I saw water come out of the other one.
Yeah, I think that was ready. And they've been like this most of the day. I think my fingers are freezing up. But yeah, let's see what happens here.
Yeah, they're wet. But we're having fun, having the time of our lives.
Pretty sure earlier you said this is number 1, right?
It's
On the
great.
list.
Give you a 360 of inside our tent. Everything is nice and organized. Very dry, neat.
Yeah.
Just go by piles. It's in my pile, Grant's pile, Greg's pile. Kind of pile your clothes up to keep the tent off your face, but it works.
One of the fun things about being out there is it's just you and a couple other guys, and it's just that camaraderie of camp, and that anything goes. You're sleeping together in a teepee. There's nothing's off limits. You're going to be yourself, and it's that shared experience, and you're sleeping pretty much on top of each other. I mean, just everyone's craning in. It looks like a bomb went off in the tent. And, everyone's smelly. Everyone's wet. Everyone's cold. But there's a lot of camaraderie in that, and that's one of the fun things about camp is that discomfort you don't really notice because it's a shared discomfort, and so it just brings you closer with your hunting companions, and that's a lot of the fun of being out there. Leading up to the hunt, I had remarked to my wife, to my friends, that I really wanted to get the full sheep hunting experience. Everyone, go out and get a boon or a ram morning one. I mean, no one's going to turn that down necessarily, but I really want to have to work for it and have that sheep hunting experience. And we did 66 miles of hiking by the time we got the ram, so I felt like I earned it, so to speak, and that was great. And the other great thing was that we got the sheep on day 5, and it was a 10-day hunt. Bear season opened day 6 of the hunt. So now the rest of the hunt, we're just hunting bears.
Are you expecting coffee this morning?
I was hoping for some.
Hey, we didn't drink any yesterday, and look at how it turned out. I think we can drink, now we can double our ration of coffee.
Yeah, I was thinking we had 2 coffee days.
An extra dram for the troops to boost morale.
It might warm up the cold, wet feet for a moment at least.
The fall colors are darn near peaked. Rained all night last night. Snowed up in the high stuff. Got some caribou. We're not hunting caribou though, are we? What are we hunting?
We're hunting bear.
Real men hunt grizzly bear.
Caribou are way too easy.
Yeah.
By yesterday, they don't seem to be the smartest critters around. And lugging all that meat back to Indiana, I don't know, that may be not fiscally sound thing to do. So we're gonna wait for a bear.
I like it. We're gonna go get a bear. The plan is today, drink 2 cups of coffee per Grant's request, and then we're gonna head down. Matt's gonna drop our camp somewhere down around the corner there below that fork. So we're gonna hike to it, basically just kind of grizzly bear hunt, sheep hunting style, on the move. See if we can bump into one. Pretty much a banner blueberry year. There's no bears in this country though.
We've seen 8 so far.
We've seen tons of bears. So we got, what, 4 days?
Yep.
3-4 days to get a bear?
4 days and maybe some change on that last morning.
Should be able to get her done. How you doing this morning there, Sugar?
Oh,
Sugar is the only man that can drink 2 beers, go to bed, sleep for 12 hours, and not get up and pee. Morning, sunshine. Right out of that canyon right there is where we got Grant's ram. About 10 a.m. Wind is blowing downstream, so we're just waiting until it warms up. Hopefully the thermals will switch and it'll start coming upstream at us before we start heading down to our next camping spot, wherever Matt dumps our main base camp gear. And then that's where we'll hunt bears. So I'm guessing it'll be 4 or 5 miles, maybe a little further. So hopefully the wind switches. Wind never switched, just got stronger. So we're going bear hunting with the wind at our back. That probably won't work too well, but we got to get down around the corner. Hopefully we find a heap of gear there waiting for us, including some dry socks, dry shoes. Onward and upward. Thoughts? Sugar?
Nah, not too many. Just some flourishes beer down there.
I like it. Well, we're probably 3 miles in, 3.5 into our bear trek. Pretty sweet trail here, huh?
This is awesome.
This is really good going. Had some rough stuff, but this is pretty nice. Firm gravel pathways. Just gets compacted and no soil sticks, nothing grows. We're making good time here. No bears yet. Yeah, with the wind at our back. Yeah, pretty tough, but we'll bump into one sooner or later.
Yeah,
I've been studying him for a while.
he's got a belly on him.
Mike Schenkel is kind of our arch nemesis. He shot a 7.6 last year, so I'm guessing this one's 7.3 to 7.7.
I would like to go try to get at him.
All right,
Good.
How you gonna go about this?
let's go bang him. We'll probably side hill around and get the wind right. Wind's coming this way. Our camp's 2.5 miles that way, so we'll get past him and work in on him. We'll kind of stay high and side hill around here. So you think he's a good one? All right.
Go bear hunting.
Let's go bear hunting. I guess that's what we came for. What do you think, Sugar?
I think we should go get him a bear.
All right. Let's go bang a bear. You would think we were back sheep hunting. We stayed up high so we didn't blow out this canyon. Guess it worked. He's right in there somewhere. I think I can see him. He's just working along. I don't know what the wind's doing right now. Up here it's coming in our face now. Can see some willow cotton. Maybe it's either gonna be going up or down the valley. Wind's in our face right now.
Yeah.
It might be perfect. Yeah, he's just milling around in there. Wind's a little bit swirly. It was really strong until right when we decided to go after him. That's, I don't know, maybe it'll pick up once we get down on the bottom. I gotta think it will. One way or another doesn't really matter. Let's fold up your sticks and we'll load your rifle. Yep. Yeah, he caught a little bit of scent there. I'm surprised. There might be a little bit of thermal coming out of that drainage that's blowing it back at him.
Safety side.
Low power. Yeah, this wind is every which way. It was going this way, now it's going that way. Yeah, we're getting a swirling wind big time. It's been blowing steady downstream, 10 miles an hour all day. But now it's just getting towards evening, 5:30, and it's calming down. So the bear's right in there. The main wind direction has been going down. But I think we seem to be getting a thermal out of this canyon right here. And it's swirling. He definitely smelled something. He'll probably kind of angle the other side of the river now, which would kind of be a bummer. The wind is every which direction. The bear bedded in there, I think, because we haven't seen him move, or we haven't seen him come out. It's about 500 yards away. And I think he definitely got some of our scent. And so I'm thinking he's just laying in there, not knowing exactly where we're at, so he maybe doesn't want to run because of that. But yeah, this is kind of a unique scenario. I've never seen this before. So it's kind of a new game of chess, you know, to figure out what he's gonna do. He might just, if he just stays laying in there all night,
that'd probably be the best thing for him, because he's probably listening, and if he hears anything, you know, that isn't right, he'll take off. So we're just kind of waiting to see if the wind gets steady one direction, and if that happens, we probably get in closer, but he's gonna probably have to be up on his feet feeding before we really have any chance. I think if we went in there even with a good wind and predator called, I kind of think he'd probably blow out, because he's definitely on alarm. So we'll sit maybe for an hour or two and see what happens. But until then, working on the peanut butter. Yeah, baby. I get an allergic reaction to the sun up here. Pretty disgusting. Yeah. That one was kind of over before it ever began. Well, that's disappointing.
Yeah, I saw him get up and start moving, but yeah, he was too thick. Next thing you know, he's popping across that creek.
Yeah. Yeah, and I kind of figured, you know, by the time we go to our camp down there, I knew that was a good chance, but I figured by the time we go down there, it just as likely he's gonna get our scent anyway. So I figured we might as well try this. And yeah, that's
hunting.
the way the cookie crumbles, I guess. Yeah, so we've hiked like probably 6-7 hiking miles, 5 air miles. Wind's been hard at our back the whole time. We might get lucky and run into him again.
He's booking out of here.
Yeah, he ain't hanging around. Well,
It's exciting.
yeah, that's cool. We're gonna go to the airstrip and set up a comfy camp, have a good night's supper, and who knows, we might bump into another bear or whatever. But we got what, 3 more days? 3 more full days to bear hunt. But yeah, I think that was a good bear. That was a good one. He wanted no piece of you.
Well, we may see him. He's headed towards camp. We got a 2.5 mile walk, and you know, that'll make it more fun. Assuming we end up getting one. You know, you can't have the highs unless you have the lows. So that's the way it goes. That's hunting.
Yeah, I mean, it was still fun, and that's a memory right there.
Yeah.
You know, it's like,
Oh, yeah.
we had this bear that went us every which way.
We started to stalk, and
Yeah.
you know, it is what it is. He's working his way up now. Make sure see what he does.
Sugar's gonna come down meet us.
We're headed for our new digs.
Do I recall? Aren't we having sheep steak tonight?
We can do that. We can definitely do that.
We have onions and potatoes and butter and a skillet and fresh sheep.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm looking forward to that. I haven't even been thinking about it.
And 2 beers.
Yeah, Sugar packed them, so he can have
He gets
mine.
them.
He can have mine.
And
Yeah.
Pour me a few ounces of one.
Yeah, we'll have enough for a toast, and he can have the rest. Yeah, I didn't need a PBR that bad to pack it. Well, it'll be 7 straight line miles, so probably 9 miles of hiking.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
These bears.
tonight we'll be camped on that butte.
I cannot believe how athletic these bears are.
Yeah, they're an amazing animal.
And you know, when he winded us, It's right where it was. You were getting the sticks down. I said, "Wait, hey, he winded us," because that nose went up and he started going back and forth. And I was like, because it's that little swirl.
Yeah.
And that tipped him off.
Yep. We're waiting for sugar to come down, and now this wind is just screaming right on down, just like it has been all day. Yep. We're just saying how, the sheep hunt, the timing was perfect. Everything worked out great. We caught sight of those 2 rams just for 15 seconds. Otherwise, we wouldn't have known they were up there. 2 small ones, presumably. How lucky we got on that one. This time it just wasn't in our favor, I guess. Yeah. It's blowing 15 straight down right now. Just as a wise ram will bet on a promontory where he can use his eyes, it wasn't by accident this bear chose to feed at the junction of 2 drainages, where opposing winds would warn him of danger from any direction. This was likely something his mother did, but he wasn't mature enough to recognize it until he was on his own and suffered the consequences of his actions. Just like an old grizzly or curly-horned ram, we plan, strategize, and strive to place ourselves in the most advantageous position possible. Often, even though we make a few mistakes, things still work in our favor. Other times we do everything right, but we're left with nothing to show for it. Barry Barton, a client and mentor, once told me, "Keep doing what you believe to be the next right thing." Not only have I found this to be true in eventually achieving a goal or finding whatever it is you're looking for, but I've also discovered persevering through adversity so often leads to something better, something we didn't even know existed. Few of the great things I've experienced have come without trial and suffering. In every case, the resilience, patience, and wisdom gained would serve to hone my discernment, deepen my roots, and later increase the fruit of my life. Nothing in nature quits, and neither should we. Day 7.
7.
We're on the hill glassing for bears. Not very far from camp. Sugar's keeping the home fires burning over there. Wind is pretty strong today. Probably 10, gusting to 20. Looks like we got a few showers in the distance. I'm sure we'll be kissed with that before long, but wind's pretty much coming right at us this way. So we're glassing into the wind, hoping something pops up. That's the direction we came from yesterday, 7 air miles up that way. We slept pretty good last night.
Despite the wind.
Yeah, and we were on a lumpy camping spot. We fell asleep fast, or at least I did.
I did.
So hopefully we can see old Grizz today. Well, the wind switched 180 degrees, and half hour later, it started raining. We're ducking out of it, hoping it blows over here. Popped out of the tent after the rain squall, doing a little glassing. Spotted some musk ox down there, and then Sugar spotted a bear right up on that hill. Came from that little saddle, grading right pretty fast, pretty good clip. So the fact that he came over the top looks to me like he's working into the wind. The wind's coming right at us. I wouldn't be surprised if that's not the same bear we saw yesterday. He stopped feeding a little bit, but for the most part, he's on the move, probably 3 miles away. That might be a bit much for 1:30 in the afternoon now. We're kind of toying with the idea if the wind stays true, maybe hiking up there tomorrow or next day or whatever, but we'll watch him a little bit, see what he does. This film is brought to you by Onyx Hunt, the #1 hunting GPS app. Receive 20% off a new Onyx Hunt subscription by entering discount code MDMM at checkout. Only at onyxhunt.com. Yeah, he isn't slowing down. Cruising right between those 2 mounds. This is living, huh?
Oh, this is the best. You can't beat it.
We don't kill any bears, but we got beautiful camping spots. How many times has the wind switched today?
207.
Yeah, it's been kind of a odd deal here. It seems like about every hour or two.
Yep.
Yeah. But Sugar did spot one bear. Sugar's pretty much been the man. Spotted the musk ox and the bear. We do have a fine, fine evening. And what are we eating tonight, Buana?
We are having ram heart and sheep steak. Backstrap?
Ram heart. That sounds like, maybe that's like the title of your film, Ram Heart.
There you go.
Yeah, just.
This sounds a lot better than sheep.
Yeah.
Ram heart. Heart of a ram.
Sugar does a little bit better job with trimming than I do. Of course, last night at 9 o'clock at night with the wind blowing 25 miles an hour, I basically just threw them in as is. Yeah, we had a lot of time for that today. Got kind of dried out. Your boots dry?
Nope. They'll get dry probably the first thing tomorrow.
Yeah. So we got real, I think it must be Yukon Golds, potatoes, some onion, gonna fry up some meat. And what's our plan for tomorrow?
Kill a bear.
Kill a bear by any means. We're thinking, giving pretty heavy consideration to spiking out, hiking about 9 miles that way, and then the valley, a little bit bigger valley, we're going downstream, and then another, it's like we're in a fork braid of this river, and then depending on the wind we can go either up or down the next day, which is technically the last full day of hunting for Grant, so we ought to be able to get her done.
We'll get it done. We'll have a good time trying. Yeah, I do. Cooking ram heart. Sugar's over there doctoring out the potatoes with mayo, butter, and whiskers. Billy's manning the skillet. We got onion, and next up is going to be some backstrap.
Look up the onion. Yeah, we probably should be wearing face masks and hair nets here, Sugar.
We may not be up to FDA standards.
Yeah. We're eating ram heart. Hey, get your head net on.
That was one of the best meals I've ever had, and no doubt that cut of steak was the most expensive meal I'll ever have.
They weren't too bad.
I'll tell you, it couldn't beat the setting.
No. Yeah, sun going down on the Brooks Range. Pretty sweet. The only way it could be better, get a big old bear. Got up to make coffee this morning. She started making coffee, but thought better of it. I think we're going back to Drac. Loving every minute of it.
Loving it. Getting a full Alaskan experience.
People think of Alaska, they think of snow and cold. Well, here you go.
What did you say today was, Sugar? Yep. But the sun, well, was kind of, yeah, you can just kind of faintly see it.
I guess it's gonna be a great day when we shoot a bear.
But like you said, that was one of the best meals of your life. This is going to be one of the best cups of coffee of your life. And one of the most expensive.
Still one of the most expensive.
It's after 11. Wind kind of let up, visibility, you can kind of see a little bit. So forecast is for it to lift today. The wind is good. We gotta look at that. That's good. I'll take a little bit of weather if we can get a wind in our face for the next 2 days. If we get 2 days of steady wind like this, Sugar, we're gonna get a bear, ain't we?
What's going on?
Yes. It's right in our face. We got a good team here. We're a well-oiled machine. Got camp ready there. Matt will pick it up. Hopefully fly it back to base camp. We're gonna bang a bear and then we're gonna go back to base camp. Sugar's gonna get a haircut, take a shower, put on some cologne. We're gonna do a little bit of drinking, a little bit of fighting, a little bit of dancing, having all kinds of fun.
I want to see the sugar dance.
The sugar shake. The sugar shake. Now we got one pair of wiggies. So I went across. Yeah. Only wimps pack those things. I didn't even bother bringing my pair. I figured I could make it across here with just gaiters. And I knew Grant had some, so that was kind of my ace in the hole. Actually, I was just gonna charge through, but he's right. We got about 8-9 miles we're planning on hiking today. It'd be nice having the feet reasonably dry. We're cutting across here because we got nice, good, firm, dry ground here. You can tell by the color, it's kind of grayish, where that's more green. And then the wind's kind of angling this way. And so then hopefully we'll have the wind in our face the whole time. We'll be close to the river, which is where the bears are likely to be. Angle downstream. Look ahead, don't look down. Look at the gravel bar you're headed toward. It's pretty deep right in there. Yep, yeah, it's strong. Go downstream. Then we just throw a rock in them and whip them across and we'll be off and running. Stronger than you think, ain't it?
I'll tell you what, I knew it was pulling my legs. I hear I had to fight it.
When it gets
Cross you.
when it gets above your crotch, it's like double instantly.
All right, Shug, we'll see ya. I better have a lot of snacks to bring it all.
It's food in the tent.
Yeah.
So I guess we better get it going.
Yeah, he can go right back up on the hill and get all the. He's got 2 tents, yeah. Stove. You winging it across?
Yep. I don't want that responsibility.
Okay.
You did it good last
All
time.
right.
Perfect.
I tried to get a little bit farther than that. I usually aim long, which I was aiming long and just didn't throw it long. That's what she said. An old mountain man like Sugar, I figured he'd just swim across. They're in here. Oh, Grizz. We're gonna find them. So right now, this time of year, bears are pretty well digging for roots in these rocky, willowy drainages, and they're in the berries. Blueberries, bearberries or crowberries, soapberries, and cranberries. So there isn't a ton of berries here. Decent willow here in the creek bottom. So the drainage where we're going to, there's a lot of berries, but it'll be about an 8-9 mile hike to where we'll get to like intersection. So there'll be a big Y. So we're probably gonna camp at that Y, that 3-way intersection. And then glass there. And then tomorrow we can see which way the wind's going and then just work into the wind. So right now the wind's still strong and steady. Everything's good. Lots of falcons up here. Cool birds. Saw a golden eagle after Grant shot his sheep. So what I'm pretty much doing is hike half mile, whatever. Come through Good Knob. Sit in class for 5-10 minutes. And resume. No bears. But we got a bull moose. I'm gonna put a scope on him. Palm looks narrow. I'm guessing he's like 40, 45-ish. That's just total guess at this point. And we got a herd of musks, as Ralph Miller used to call them. Right there. A nice little spot, bluff overlooking the river. And there's a caribou out in that red stuff. 7th of August, they should be starting to shed their velvet. They like to go into that brush a lot this time of year. They'll be raking their antlers. Those are some kind of cottonwood, which I guess a willow I think is a cottonwood, but beautiful. That's pretty. All the moss. Teeming with life, this area. Got a little sheep trail here, caribou trail, bear trail, everything else. We left that little bear behind. Move forward to the mystery animal. It definitely is a bear right in there. We're gonna get up to this knob and check him out. See what we got. Hopefully it's a good one. Yeah, this is pretty rough in here. Whew. I won't drop it, but I might go down. I got the musk ox right there. And the bear we're looking at is right there. I'd say it's him.
I think it's the same guy.
I think it is.
I mean,
It looks about the
I
same.
saw him right up there.
Yep.
And he went to that chute and we saw those sheep run out.
Yep.
We never saw him come out. And that is not a far distance.
No, not at all. But it looks about the same size, same color, fairly long ears. It's a good sized bear, definitely bigger than the one we just boogered out. All right, so now we just got to go get him.
He's like a shooter at me. I'll get too excited.
You want to peek at him, Sugar? All right.
Good luck, fellas.
Thanks, Sugar. Sugar's gonna go around the corner and flag for us. It's a good bear. I'm pretty sure that's the one we boogered the other day. He's right in there.
Revenges.
So we're gonna go down and towards those muskox and work back on them. Wind's going this way. We decided we're just gonna barrel through the river. We'll try to find a way that we don't get too wet, but we're not gonna goof around with the waders. Wind is good. We were kind of hoping we might get revenge on that bear. I'm pretty sure it's the same one. I promise it's safe, honey.
Yeah, honey. No, it's super safe. Nothing
to see here, folks. This is sketchier than anything we did sheep on. Wind is howling. I think it's probably coming out of that drainage. Grant's pretty nimble. angle ahead, angle ahead. So right about there is where the bear was. Sugar was wrapping around. Might even stay reasonably dry. Got a little blood on your nose. I'll try to get around and blow them out this way. Bear hasn't moved. According to sugar signals, the white is the bear. The red and the green are constants. And there, bear hasn't moved. Scope is clear. Yeah, we'll bring them back. Check the scope. Low power on 200. Okay. You ready? Let's do it. Kill him in one shot. Rifle's always safe. Wait to shoot till I tell you to shoot. Yep, we're good to go. There. We just poked out. He was looking this way. 260. The game of chess continues.
He is a worthy adversary. This is fun. It cannot get more fun than this. Man, kind of mine.
He's laying down, facing us. Just been sitting here for probably 5-10 minutes. Picked his head up once. He's kind of put his nose in the air. Wind's going right from him to us. He's 260 yards away right now. Kind of had no choice but to go in the open here. I was hoping he was still feeding, but I think he was probably just laying there that, I'm sure. And then he saw us moving, and then he stood up. But yeah, he thinks we're caribou or muskox or something. There he is right there. Don't really have much for cover. We'll probably try to work this way, get the high ground. Kind of angle that way at him if we can. The art of hunting is the balance of patience and aggression. It's a variable line, one that can't be pointed to or fully explained. And it has to be sought after, season after season. This bear was headed straight into the wind. We couldn't get ahead of him or he'd smell us. And we couldn't trail too far behind or we'd lose him in the brush. The willow leaves were rustling just enough to mask our careful steps in the rocky riverbed, and so we opted to dog alongside him. At times we froze still, anticipating a shot as he dug in the gravel for roots. He's gonna come out to the left. He's gonna come out to the left. Make sure you kill him with the first one. twice he was close enough to hit with a rock, but all we could make out was flashes of fur and a dark silhouette evaporating into the tangled willows. The intensity, it was all consuming, but it was effortless, and maybe even serene. Minutes would go by where we wouldn't see the bear, but Sugar's signals assured us he was close. The click of a rock or the snap of a branch would send us into motion. At times we tiptoed, others we jogged. Rarely did we speak. Grant was never more than 2 steps behind. Ahead, I could see the willows were sparse. 50 yards before us, a slight promontory of tundra jutted into the edge of the riverbed. Centuries of caribou had carved a silent, dirt trail directly to it. This was the perfect ambush.
Shoot again. Shoot again. Shoot again. Take your time. You're going to the right. Reload. Okay, wait till you see him. Just wait. Wait, don't move, don't move. Reload, you're missing. Get a real good shot. Reload. You're out. Don't shoot layers.
Ready? He's down.
Yep. I had to go for the pistol on that one.
I saw you getting. I'm glad you were, because he started coming towards us like, oh boy. Yeah, I don't know if I was short stroking it.
Yeah. Yeah, that first one he turned, but we got him.
Holy moly.
All right, let's clear that chamber. I think
Yes,
you're all out.
yeah.
But that was exciting.
How far is he? 30 yards?
That was exciting. $30 Woo, that's a good bear.
That was a fun stalk. I mean, we saw this guy 2 days ago, had a busted stalk. Saw him again yesterday, blow some sheep out a couple miles away. Hike, 5 miles a day, spotted him again, and then the stalk was on. I was trembling because adrenaline, and it's cold.
Yeah, it's
That
cold
wind
now.
was just biting, but the wind was perfect. Oh, man.
Sugar saw it all. I saw him stand up, and I was like, okay, yeah, it's on. Oh man, that was quite a game of cat and mouse.
Oh, like I said, he was a worthy adversary. That was bear hunting's fun. Man, that was fun. I mean, my adrenaline was going for 2 hours. I don't know. It seemed like a long time. A very long time. Holy cow. I'm still shaking.
Oh man. I'm glad we got that bugger. I'm 95% sure that's the same bear.
that was exciting.
Beautiful day too. Look at this.
A heck of a nice day.
Well, my pack's a couple hundred yards back there.
Yeah, that's why I don't like leaving that pack, but I thought we were on it. It ain't no big deal. We can get that.
Well, I don't want to warm up anyway.
Whew. Should we go check him out?
Yeah, let me put some in my.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea. Yeah, he was coming right towards us twice there. Oh, man.
Oh, Billy, don't be scared. I had a.
Oh, this was a pretty sweet setup here. Yeah, it worked out. It took a while. He was heading into the wind, so we were trying to dog along him. So we first spotted him. He was right here, and we were out in that tundra flat. And then he went down into this drainage, and he started working along the main river here.
Yeah, that's.
Oh, you got a screw loose there.
Yeah, I think that could be.
Oh, that may be why
Why it wasn't coming up.
That could be.
Yeah,
I got a Leatherman.
On the pack, and yeah, I got Leatherman in my bino pouch. But yeah, that could be why it wasn't coming up.
Yeah. That was exciting.
Okay, well, let's go check him out.
All right. Yeah, he definitely went down into a heap. Oh yeah, that's a beautiful bear. Yeah, you got a good one. Boy, he's got a big old head on him.
Look at that melon.
Yeah, that's a big bear. I bet you that is the same one. Oh man, he's a beauty. He's a beaut, Clark. Beautiful bear.
Wow. Look at those claws. See, I've never been up close on a bear like that.
Oh boy, does he have a big old back end. Yeah, that's a big one. Dang, yeah, that's a big bear.
Oh my goodness.
He's bigger than Shankles. That's all you wanted to hear. Yeah, he's massive.
What a beautiful bear.
Yeah, that's a good one. Man, is that a big bear. Yeah, I'd bet you anything that's the same one. He's got a big old head on him. Oh yeah, big nose. Yeah, you got a good one. What do his teeth look like? Yeah, pretty much prime of life.
Yeah, he's not too worn down.
No,
This side.
probably. I bet you he's a 10-year-old there anyway, though, to be that size. That's a big bear. Congrats, man.
Thanks. Man. Thanks for everything. You kept me calm. When he was at 260, he bedded, I was ready to pull the trigger. So I'll put one right in his head, but.
Oh, what a awesome hide. Beautiful hide. Well, we got him. Kind of a storybook ending.
I couldn't be happier.
Yeah, big old meat hooks.
That's just unbelievable. So my dad is gonna love that video. He's been so excited for me to go bear hunting. You know, I don't know if he understood the sheep hunting as much as he wanted me to go get a bear. I can't wait for him to see it, and he'll be proud. You know, he turned 80 years old yesterday, so.
Pretty cool to be able to share with him.
Send him a text and let him know, happy birthday, I got the bear you wanted me to get.
We lost my dad about a year ago. I was really happy that he got to see me go to Alaska and live my dreams. I think that any parent wants their children to live out their dreams, you know, and they're gratified through that. And so I was really pleased that all, and he had been sick, but you know, by the time I was leaving, that was special to me to be able to. I was able to send him a text on his birthday. Hey, I got a ram down, and you know, we're going after bears now. I know he was so proud. Yeah, I mean, he introduced me to the outdoors, and that was special to be able to do that.
Yeah, she got a little Western. Yeah, I didn't know not to stand up, but I was thinking, okay, now I'm gonna stand up and, you know, put it down on him.
Yeah.
But Like,
I was just figuring, it
He
wasn't,
stood up, he started coming right at us.
yeah, I was just figuring, I think he was already coming at us. And I figured, just so he didn't see us, so he just kept running right towards us, clear of the brush, more than anything. I figured you lambaste him at 10 yards. Of course, that's when you really wouldn't want it to miss either, so. It worked out, we got him.
He's down.
It didn't live long, that's
Pretty
for
happy.
sure.
Came to Alaska, get a ram and a bear, and got them both. Thank you very much. This is a privilege, and gosh, I've had the time of my life. I mean, regardless of the success with taking the game, man, I mean, today what a beautiful day to just be hiking.
Yes. Yeah, that was a perfect day to go for a hike. The wind was right strong into our face the whole time. Yeah, it was pretty sweet. You ain't the first hunter to get excited on a grizzly bear, so.
I would have been better off if he was 100 or 200 yards away. You get about 50 yards.
Yeah, I'd say he was more a little far, but yeah, you're probably right, about 60. Yeah, but I mean, that was close. And yeah, he was.
Big animal.
Yeah, we had him broadside there, but there was just a little bit of brush in the way, and all he needed was 2 more steps. And once he stepped into that opening, he just turned, and he did it pretty quick. I think you were just anticipating that step a little bit.
I think I was.
He turned and.
Well, we got him.
Yep.
What started with that tiny little video camera, and that's still the camera that I use. One day we were trying to put these films together, and we realized we were trying to make our films like the films that everybody else had made. But I can't do that. I don't have a cameraman. I don't have good cinematography. And then I realized, rather than try to be like everybody else and compete with them, these guys that have cameramen, hundreds of thousands of dollars of budgets, but what I found was a niche. And my niche is this. What do I have that nobody else has? What can I do better than anybody else? And that's this. I've got 25 years in the wilderness. I've been on 40 Dall sheep hunts, 50 brown bear hunts, way too many caribou hunts to count, moose hunts, you name it. I've been on all those. Focus on what we have. And if you have something that nobody else has, and then you can design your business, your brand, your service around that, who's your competition?
Yeah, I bet Matt will be able to land right in here somewhere. We'll camp right on this bluff tonight. Hopefully the weather will hold and we'll be able to peel out of here tomorrow.
I can see how you guys couldn't see him now.
Yeah.
He was right on the edge of the river. for a long time.
Yeah, we saw him on the, well, yeah, for the last little bit, we saw him quite a bit, but.
By the time you got down and was looking with his gun, I bet they could kind of catch a glimpse of him, but.
Yeah. Look at the hind end on that bugger. It worked out good having two constants to know, you know, knowing that he was by that river, that was huge for us.
He laid right down there. As soon as you guys left, he laid right down looking right at you.
Yeah,
But he put his head down. Every now and then, he'd pick it up and look. Mostly up that way.
Oh.
Go back later. He was all sprawled right out at one point. Back and then all sprawled right out.
Yeah, he saw us. I assume he did.
I think he did too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we went and just dropped. And then he just picked his head up every now and look, he was at 260.
I see you getting ready, and I was like, wow. And then he kind of come out in the open. I was like, well, if he can get a shot there, he stops long enough. It's pretty good. He can see him, must be good. But then he kind of kept moving.
Yeah.
Made it fun.
Yeah, no, having you up there was pretty key. But yeah, he's a good one. I think he's bigger than Shankles. What do you think? Sugar, what's your opinion?
Hold on.
Obviously, he is.
Yeah, he's wider than Shankles, that's for sure. Yeah, he's a big bear.
As long as he's bigger than Shankles.
Oh yeah, he's definitely bigger than Shankles.
Thanks for your help.
Heck yeah, brother.
We couldn't have done without you.
I was getting cold up us. Yeah.
I bet you were. It was windy.
That cold breeze, and I had the adrenaline. I mean, I was shaking the whole time. Ugh.
Then, of course, he shoots, and I'm so far away that it's. You see, you shot him, but then you hear the report. Then he started coming your way. I was like, you better start shooting some more. I didn't see you drop the camera and grab your gun. guys must have been like right there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we were. Yeah.
Yeah, we were right there.
Yeah, right there, like 30 yards.
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty exciting.
Sugar was great. He's one of those guys everybody wants to have as their friend. They were just a great guy. He's a character. I mean, he's almost like a sitcom character. Just because he's real subtle, real quiet, but then when he says something, it's gonna be a zinger. It's gonna be funny. We all joke. We're all wearing our high-end hunting gear, and he's in a old hoodie. I would not want to be in the backwoods, wilderness of Alaska. No gun, no means of communication, no watch. I mean, nothing. He had a pair of binos and some heart, and that's Sugar. God love the guy. I mean, he really made the camp. I just really enjoyed his company. I think the camaraderie we had pretty much out of the gate. We had a lot of laughs. A lot of the commentary we won't be able to put in one of your DVDs because it was just good, funny, talk. And it was just, Sugar's is great. Yeah, really enjoyed his company, and he did a great job. No complaint. I mean, his pack, you watch the video, it's huge. I mean, he's carrying a lot of weight across the river, like it was near waist deep. And he has a lot of go and just a lot of fun.
Yeah, he's gonna be pushing 8 foot. He's a big boy. Alrighty, well, we think this is the bear that we boogered 2 days ago.
Yeah, 2 days ago. Yeah.
I'd bet money.
This is day 3 of having eyes on him.
Yep.
We put on a stalk, wind swirled, nose up. We sat there, tried to wait him out. Then after an hour?
Yeah, he hit the high country. Yeah, do you look at that stuff that he went through? Where Sugar spotted him yesterday up in that saddle. Yep. Look where he came from. He was definitely spooked.
Yeah. Sugar spotted him yesterday. We saw him go through, and we think he hung a left because we saw sheep spook out of there.
Yep.
Then we didn't see him again, but we thought, this would be down where he would go to if he did, and he did.
Yeah.
Snowstorm this morning. Terrible. I mean, it was not a pleasant day this morning, but boy, the sun came out. It was a great day to hike. Nice cold breeze in our face. We passed up a smaller bear because we'd seen him.
Something. Yep.
We saw something in the willows. Sugar and I saw it at the same time. We're like, yeah, there's something there. And we had to keep hiking until we finally get some eyes on him. And then did the stalk, walked past some musk ox,
Yep,
like 30 yards away, which is cool. And we couldn't have done without Sugar was moving the tarp up there and moving the stuff, so we knew he was on the move and worked our way down.
No, that's pretty much it. Yeah, team effort all the way around.
Totally team effort.
When he was in this brush, man, I thought we were boogered when we were walking across that open tundra, and Sugar said he'd been laying there that whole time, and he said he'd been picking his head up, and he was just facing right in our direction.
I thought you guys could see him.
Nope.
No, because I was
The way
standing.
you were looking at it, it's like, wow, they're looking right at where he is.
When we stopped there for a long time, obviously,
Yeah.
he had gotten up and we saw him. But.
Yeah, because we were walking. I was right behind you, and Billy just dropped, and I just dropped right behind you. And he stood there. I think he sat on his haunches and looked at us for a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then eventually he lay back down, and he just raised his head up every now and then and look around. He was at 260. Yeah. I was tempted to take a shot at 260.
I thought it looked longer than that.
No, it was just awesome, very fitting ending, just awesome adventure, and it was awesome having somebody with the get up and go. After yesterday, that wind was just every which way, and we just figured, man, we only got a couple of days for this, and everything's blown out of the country. And we were all kind of thinking it. Once we rounded the bend here, we figured at that point we'd be good as far as seeing fresh country. We're about 3 miles from where we originally camped, and just right up there, about a mile or so, is where we lost sight of him. And I'm sure this is the same bear. He looked exactly the same, had big ears and, same size, same color. And I think this is the same bear.
The busted stalk was 2.5 miles from camp, and we're 3 miles from there. So that's 5.5 miles from the busted stalk we had 2 days ago.
Yeah, that's true.
So, yeah, he spooked, went 5.5 miles. And so did we.
Yeah, but just sticking with it.
You talked earlier about my back, and I was like, everyone has obstacles to overcome, and I think you just have to just have a can-do attitude and don't let them slow you down. And we talked about financing the hunt. I'm a public educator. I'm not a millionaire, and but I drive a 13-year-old truck, and you know, it's about those choices. And I think, you know, if you want to do this hunt, any of you guys watching, guys and gals, you can do it. Just, you know, put those, whatever those excuses are, just try to find a way to solve them, and you can make it happen. And again, I said before, Katie, my wife, I hit the lottery there, because she encouraged me to take this hunt and do this hunt, and I can't thank her enough for holding down the fort with the little ones back at home and support me on fulfilling my dream here. And I have. And Billy and Greg, I mean, you guys have been a great team. This has been, I mean, it's been a fun camp, at least for me. I don't know you guys, maybe you want me to shut up, but I've had a blast. I mean, this has been, we heard a plane today, like a jet, has the first man-made noise other than what we've been doing, cooking and stuff, that we've heard in 9 days. And it's pretty special. I mean, this place is just, the weather's extreme. You're cold and wet a lot, but man, it's so worth it. It's so much fun. You don't even notice that little, you know, discomfort, because it's just so much fun. So thanks a lot, guys. I appreciate it.
Awesome, man.
Yeah, thanks.
Pleasure, Grant.
Thank you.
Sugar, thank you, brother. Couldn't have done it without you, man. Our eye in the sky, that was huge. We had a good system. We got her down. We got her dialed in now.
Oh, yeah.
That was good. So, yeah, great bear. Yep, it'd be bigger than I thought, for sure. Yeah, there's a good one. Oh, you're gonna be a photographer yet, Sugar.
Oh yeah. Close my eyes and do this.
Time for some skinning. Beauty.
It's awesome. I couldn't be happier.
It's a beauty park.
What a dream experience here in Alaska.
What a beautiful deal. So that's where Sugar spotted him yesterday. We were camped way down around the corner, and then he went behind this notch. There was some lambs and ewes over here. They boogered, so he went over up in there presumably, and then came down this drainage. Worked out. Sweet, meant to be.
Yep.
It's a darn fine hide. Grant and I were skinning. Sugar set up the teepee. A little foggy here. Hour and a half to skin him. That's pretty good.
It's not bad.
I think Matt can land right there pretty easy. So, fine day's work. What a beautiful setting for a camp. Surrounded by snow-covered peaks. The air is definitely switched directions. There's already frost on the tent. Sugar got soaked crossing the creek. He's warming up.
My feet are I got it crossing the creek before the stalk, so they've been frozen for a few hours.
I figured everybody probably got wet. You're not too bad?
I'm wet, yeah. I'm not soaked, but I'm wet.
I was definitely way better before I took my boots off.
Oh, really? Oh, then you got that cold air on them. Yeah. Yeah, it's cold. There's not a cloud in the sky. She's gonna be cold tonight. No doubt about that. So, we'll call the boss man Matthew, text him, and let him know we got a big bear in the salt. I'll be sure to tell him it was bigger than Shankle's.
That's the
Poor Mike Shankle. Nicest guy on earth. He's getting ridiculed. Not even here to defend himself. Yeah, it's been a heck of a good hunt. Yeah, been a lot of fun, Grant.
Yeah, I've had a blast. Time of my life.
Yeah, and you were saying how, like, you know, you wanted an adventure, you know?
Yeah.
And that's I love this style of hunting, you know?
Oh, I mean, I love the spiking out. I mean, the camaraderie for one, but just, I don't know, you just see more stuff. I mean, we saw tons of, I'll probably try to write it down tomorrow or the next day before I forget it. But, you know, just day by day, and we just saw so much stuff.
Yeah, we saw moose today, musk ox.
We saw at least 10, 11 grizzlies, you know, depending on if that one, you know, is the same one. We saw at least 9 separate grizzlies, I think. Because we saw the dink today. We had 8 going in today, I think. You know, we saw all kind of birds.
You see that hawk was I think he was right on the hillside I see you get your video camera out when you see it
Yeah.
flying, but I think it was perched straight on the hillside in front of you.
Yeah, yeah, he must have been. He was close, yeah. Yeah, we got lots of wet feet.
Yeah, feet were
Feet
wet.
gators didn't even help.
Yeah, that was.
I don't even know why I put them on.
Yeah, the old Wiggies would have been. The Wigglies would have been handy.
Yeah, they were handy. No, this was. Yeah, it's adventure. It was just great all around. I mean, the scenery, everything about it. I loved everything about it. You know, short of missing my family, you know, it was perfect. I mean, perfect. I couldn't have done any. Couldn't have been any better. Really couldn't have. I said when we started, I wanted to have at least like half the days be good weather, where like huntable. And we had, you know, maybe a weather day and a half that we, you know, were kind of socked in. You know, I'll take that. I mean, 40s, no bugs. It was perfect. And and like I said, you know, getting the animals was going to be icing on the cake, and that happened. I mean, I had 2 tags and filled them both, but it was fun. Aside from that, you know, obviously that made it a lot more fun. But I would have been happy even if we, you know, had struck out. You know, we had some stalks. You know, it was fun. It once in a lifetime experience for a guy like me, at least. And it was unbelievable. I appreciate you guys doing it, and I sure feel grateful.
You were a blast to hunt with. You worked hard and pitched in everywhere, and I think it was cool because like nothing really came that easy. You know, you kind of had to work for it. Nothing like crazy, but I mean, kind of took it down to the wire. You kind of milked it for all it's worth. You know, got the sheep deal, and it's kind of nice to like be done with sheep and then just hunt bear rather than like stalking for a sheep and all of a sudden there's a bear and you shoot it. You know, you really got to experience grizzly bear hunting, you know.
Well, we talked about that too. I said I really want to get a sheep in that first 5 days because I didn't want to be, you know, hunting 2 things, you know, because you're really hunting them then, you know, you're just, you know, you kind of luck into them. So we really got to hunt them.
Yeah.
That worked out perfect.
Yep. Yeah. Then, presumably to get the same bear at the end. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was a fun stalk.
Yeah.
I was shaking for at least an hour plus. I mean, it could have been that really cold breeze, but I think a lot of it was nerves too. Man, that was a blast.
It ain't over yet.
No.
Bare minimum, you're gonna have one cool plane ride left.
Mm-hmm.
At least.
Oh, the bush plane flights are, I mean, like I said, that's worth the trip up here. I mean, for if you're a guy that likes nature and just the scenery, I mean, you just can't get more fun than that. I mean, I don't know. I would never get tired of those bush plane flights.
And Matt's a really good pilot. He's good at what he does. He's fun to watch him work.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because one of those days it was kind of some weather. It was a little turbulent, so I felt good. I knew he was a good pilot because it was kind of tossing us around a little bit. But that was awesome.
Well, we'll see what the morning brings.
Frost. Heavy frost.
Yes, I am sure of that. Matt's up bright and early this morning. A little bit blustery. Looks like he found his own line he likes. Pack her up. Get going. How much do you think it weighs?
Oh, not too bad. I don't know.
Enough?
I'll see you guys back at the base, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
We never did cook those sheep ribs, so we might have to throw those on the grill tonight.
We still have a little bit of backstrap too. I think we need to do that. Be the last meal on the Brooks Range. Be some fresh sheep.
Heck yeah.
Definitely.
Maybe we'll pull some back straps off that bear too.
Yeah. All right. Well done.
Sugar said he wanted to try some. he's catching some air there.
People that don't understand, they think it's just the kill, you know, that the kill shot is the high point. Yeah, the high points for me was the time in camp. I really enjoyed sitting and glassing. You get a sense of yourself in the world when you're just sitting there in that environment and just time to think. When I'm sitting there glassing, I could literally hear my heart beating, or, you know, feel it, hear it. And it gets so quiet and so still. And I think at a normal day in our modern society, you don't get that. Flying in the bush plane, setting up camp for the first time, setting up the electric fence around camp, hiking, you're getting the first blisters, getting wet boots, which never got dry, eating fresh blueberries and just picking them and eating them, just dipping your water bottle into a river and drinking it because it's so pure. Having run-ins with grizzly bears. You know, more than once we had to load up because we thought we might be in some peril here. Going over a boulder field, these huge boulders that aren't totally stable, glassing down on the ram. Walking up to a ram, feeling its horns, counting the rings, feeling that majestic white coat, walking up on the bear and just being in awe how big it is. Just the size of the head of the bear, and seeing its teeth and claws, and having the bear run at us, you know, from closing 70 yards to 30 yards really quick when I'm out of bullets. You know, morning coffee around camp while glassing rams, sublegal rams walking by camp. Watching Sugar tear open mustard packets with his beard that may not have been washed this century, you know, and then squirting it on our food. I think back to that ram heart dinner. I mean, just that moment in time is a high point in life. It really is, you know. And you have those other high points here when you have children, you know, all those things, you know. But that's a high point in life because I was really living. As goofy as that sounds, I mean, you feel so alive. That was the experience. Yeah, the animals are great, but that's the experience, is being there in that environment.
We're saying goodbye to another one, Sugar. That was a pretty good hunt.
It was.
So we're next. Gonna pack her up and we should get out of here this morning yet. Pretty darn good service. It'll be nice getting regrouped, dry some stuff out, probably get a night back at base camp, and then head out probably tomorrow, presumably, for the next hunt with my old buddy Barry Barton. It's impossible to hold a ram's horns and not envision what he endured. 14 long, snowy, sunless winters of 60 below. Predators, rock slides, avalanches. Fighting other rams, fires and floods. As a hunter, at some point along our journey, it hits us. He survived all that to die from my bullet, to hang on my wall, and sizzle in a pan for me to eat. Undeserved and unexpected moments like that somehow expose the gift of life and the fragility of it. From the second Grant stepped out of the Super Cub, his enthusiasm and appreciation just for being there was infectious. His challenges throughout life clearly prepared him for the adversities on this hunt, and the way he embraced the adventure inspired me. This hunt reinforced the fact that while we do have to push ourselves, it needs to be balanced. That balance is epitomized in nature, where the intention and purpose of every living thing operates somehow in perfect harmony. as clear as that equilibrium is to see and appreciate in the wild, I often find it hard to recognize and apply in the world. After a few injuries through 24 springs and falls of guiding, my body had come to a bluffed-out canyon. It was time for me to go back to base camp, heal, and be restored. But I kept climbing. I went on to guide one more season after Grant's hunt, but the mountain was impassable. I finally conceded. In his letter to the Romans, the Apostle Paul wrote, "Or do you have no regard for the wealth of his kindness and tolerance and patience? Are you unaware or ignorant of the fact that God's kindness leads you to repentance? That is, to change your inner self, your old way of thinking. Seek his purpose for your life." God had been kind and patient with me, but I insisted on going my way until it all but ruined me. Repentance doesn't mean we say I'm sorry and move on. It means we stop, turn around, and go the opposite direction. God finally had my full attention. I didn't know where he was leading, but I knew I had to follow. 2023 brought about the first fall I wasn't in Alaska in 25 years. Instead of chasing Dall sheep, I was back home with my wife and daughters. It was hard not being in the mountains. But that fall there were so many simple, beautiful moments where I praised the Lord I was home with them and not in Alaska. Being a guide had outweighed my role as husband and father for too long. Having been gone more than a third of my daughter's lives, I had no idea what I was missing, and all the parts of my life that were out of balance. Both my daughters started hunting that fall. They shot turkeys, squirrels, ducks, and deer. But the memories I'll cherish most are us sitting against a log, eating snacks from Frankie's backpack, watching our dog Rip's first retrieval, and the jokes, conversations, and peaceful moments we shared in the deer blind. Perhaps the best was when out of nowhere Charlie said, "Dad, I want to go sheep hunting with you someday." For now, my aim is to continue along this valley one step at a time. But Lord willing, one day I'll return to the lost drainages of the Brooks Range for another great adventure. To live again in a wilderness so wild and free, with the prospect of one more meal of ram heart. Sugar's got no firearm and 70 pounds of bloody meat on his back in grizzly infested country. What could possibly go wrong?
Sugar's tough.
Yep. Sugar. She is a fine evening here at camp number 3. What'd you say, Grant?
The dinner was wonderful.
Got a new nickname for you.
Yeah.
Goose.
Yeah.
Because you crap so much.
You know, I didn't go at all yesterday, so I saved it all for today. Yeah,
Not even with Shankle.
Yeah, Shankle didn't see any.
Sugar, what's your Instagram account? Give a shout out.
Oh boy, I don't know. It's Playful Greg, I think.
Playful Greg. Playful Sugar. Sugar Playful.
Sugar Shake. Original.
I'll list, when I give credits to you on the video, I'll list your P.O. box so the women can send the underwear.
Gotta get one.
You don't even have a P.O. box. That's a true mountain man there.
Kara Sportsman's Guide.
Yeah.
They'll give it to him.
No pistol, no watch, no post office box. No backpack.
Not really. Not really.
This guy's hardcore.
Mountain man.
He don't need nothing. He just needs his hands and his wit. And a tin of Copenhagen.
Most things run away from me.
Sugar's gonna be our signal man. Shankle. Like Noonan. Shankle.
Shankle.
I will never whine again about emails and phone calls. You said you get how many emails a day?
Like 200-ish.
200 freaking emails. If I get 10 a day, I'm like, ugh.
Probably 30 or 40 text messages.
Text messages are the worst because, like you said, then people expect you to get back to them within about 30
Yeah, if
seconds.
you're busy, you can't mark it unread, so you just lose it because it's. You can see you get 40 of them, and it's 20 down there. You lose it.
Yeah. Well, people just need to learn they're not all that important.
They cannot reach me here.
So how does a guy like you get this young, pretty wife?
You know, we
She's got a short leg?
But anyway, yeah, my secretary said, "You need to meet this girl." I said, "Nah, I'm not interested. You know, I'm pretty good. I go hunting when I want to, and I do my thing." And then I don't know, it was like months later. She's like, "I really think you meet her." I was like, "Do you have a picture of this girl?" And my wife hates this story because I sound so superficial. And then she showed me.
Well, you're a guy. You are.
She showed me the picture. I was like, "Oh, yeah, I'll meet her."
Yeah.
Give me her number. Yeah, we met up and met for a drink, and that was it. Like we were both just we started dating, and we just knew,
Gonna have to sell that idea to Kuyu.
These are the Brooks Range slippers. See, they work as glassing mittens during the day and slippers at night. So when you are packing light, you can walk outside in the grass, and you got to go outside at night and keep your toes warm in the bag.
It is kind of nice because if you have bare feet, I stuff a shirt down there. If your toes touch and then, the weight of the sleeping bag or your feet push, then there's no insulation left.
Right.
They smash the insulation.
Yeah, it actually worked out really well.
Your feet can touch the bottom of your bag?
Sugar's got a magnum there. Then Sugar will lift up his head and go, whoa.
All the houseplants be all raked up.
What's that?
All the houseplants be all raked up.
Yeah, you ever notice that bear, how they mark their territory? These big boars, they like swing their legs. They like purposely walk over top of willow bushes. That's what Sugar will do when he's all done. Go outside, step over all the shrubs, mark the perimeter.
Neighbors be watching. What's that guy doing? Start calling him Moose. Bowl of sugar.
For more modern-day mountain man DVDs and digital downloads, log on to BillyMollsAdventures.com. Here you'll also find books, a wide variety of merch, and information on hunting opportunities with Billy. When he's not hunting, Billy travels nationally and internationally as a public speaker, sharing his captivating, soul-stirring tales of adventure by way of his one-of-a-kind, down-to-earth delivery at corporate and community events, Christian outreaches, and conservation organizations. Just like the Alaskan wilderness, no one leaves a Billy Molls presentation the same person as they enter it. Log on or call for more info.